If you're close to a wall, great. All right. Good. I'm going to sit on the block. Yeah, and then sit however you like. I'm sitting in Virasana. Gosh, I hope you guys are well and everything is okay in your world. And so let's just take a moment. Still have this cough. So. All right, bring your hands together and lengthen yourself nice and tall. And as you exhale, let your chin bow to your heart, your eyes close. Settle into your breath and your heartbeat. Let your eyes soften. Feel your shoulders drop. Let your jaw drop. Into all that dropping now, lengthen yourself tall as you inhale. Exhale as breath completely. We'll chant Om together 3 times. Inhale. Om. 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 Bowing your chin. Release your hands to your thighs. Lift your chin and open your eyes. Okay, let's just start by interlacing. Just reach up. We'll just take a few moments here and breathing, look up if you like. Extending, contracting. And then staying with this same interlace, we're just going to bring the arms forward, tuck the chin, bring the belly back. And then inhale, lengthen, reach up, look up, maybe arch. We'll just do that a few times, a little cat, cow. Good. That's moving your spine with the arms extended, and we'll start to take this into a circling. I'm just going to feel, can I find this a little bit of a dance here? If you need to release the interlace, that's all good. Good. I'm going to change the direction. Good. One last circling here. And then we'll press up nice and tall as you inhale. Bring the hands together, back in front of your heart, and all the way down to rest on your thighs. Pause for a breath. Good. And then opposite, interlace the fingers. Reach up, and we'll go straight to the circling. Maybe you'll start with the opposite side. So the cat-cow here. And we can keep the arms up. If we want to add a little bit more, maybe the hands go behind the head. Oh, Sharon and Ian, welcome. Good. Just let it be what it needs to be. Like the elbows can kind of drop in. And I'm going to reverse the direction. Good. And do one more. And then I'll reach these arms back up to the sky if you took them behind your head. And exhale, palms together all the way down. Rest your hands on your thighs. Feel that expansive breath. Okay, we're going to side bend. Okay. See that? Okay, good. All right, let's take the right hand down. We'll just reach over with the left. Maybe you'll move a little bit in this or feel for yourself. How can I invite myself into this. Take maybe 2 more breaths. They could be moving, could be settling. Nice. And then bring yourself up. Rest your hands on your thighs. Big breath in and out. And then we'll go straight to the second side. Just taking it over. And again, just feel, it's first thing-ish. What would feel good here? Well, let's do one more full breath in and out. And bring yourself back up. Rest your hands, pause. Good. Okay, I'm going to come back to side bend and take the arm over, but now I'm going to take the hand behind the head. And we're just going to floss it in and out. So you're looking down and lifting up. Okay, one more full breath in and breathe out. Release hands to thighs and full breath in and out. And we'll go to the second side, same thing. I'm just moving here. You can close your eyes. Take your attention inwards. So many things moving. Good. Okay. One more full breath in and out. And bring both hands to the thighs. Pause for a moment. Yes. Good. Okay. All right. Let's stretch your legs out. I'm just going to come off this and I'm just going to take my socks off because we are going to come up to standing against a wall in a moment. The feet. Good. Wiggle your toes. Good. Okay. Let's just pause here for a moment. Take a look at your feet. See if you can spread your toes. For some of us it's God-given. For some of us it's not. So whatever it is, just spread your toes, anchor your heels. You can lift your heart. One more breath. Good. Okay, I'm gonna come up to standing. I'm gonna do it this way, right? So I'm just gonna take the legs over, pop up, and then we'll take, let's say, go with your non-dominant foot, and then lift yourself up. Woo! Step your feet together, just pause. All right, so I'm going to take the hips to the wall. You know this one. Now walk the feet forward. I want to rest my forehead. I'm going to create like a block light, but heart's going to grab the chair and use it. If blocks don't work for you, then the chair might just be amazing, and you'll put a blanket down on a chair, and then so just you have something to support your forehead, and then wiggle your hips up the wall. You can slide them up. Look at your feet, and then bring yourself, knowing it's the first forward fold, so it might make your package really high. So if you're using the chair and it does, yeah, right on. You put a block. I'm just going to move myself out of the way for a moment. So you're supporting your head. Take your time to figure out your props. Okay. And then once you're settled, your hands could be on the floor or on your thighs or anywhere they need to be. Become aware of the sit bones at the wall. You might even need to bend your knees. You just offer yourself what you need. Feel the sit bones at the wall, and then find the foot connection to the sit bones. So if you anchor the feet down, maybe forward a little bit, you'll be able to slide your sit bones up. And what is going to happen is over time here that we're here, you might be able to adjust the blocks lower as the body starts to open. So we're just going to hang out here and breathe. So I'm just going to share with you what with my props. I have one block on the highest height, and then the other one is on the second height, lengthwise, so long side facing me. And as I just start to move the blocks away as things open, the top block kind of tilts. It just supports the head really nice. So you can take a peek at that, is where you're going and you get there. Otherwise, just be content. Drop the breath. And maybe every few moments, you just find the sit bones at the wall, you feeling them there. Maybe you wiggle your hips a little bit. And you anchor the feet. So we're opening up the backs of the legs. And just let the torso drop. I'm going to add the arms here, if this works. I'm going to interlace the fingers behind my back and just start to take these arms up. So the shoulders come up, maybe the arms extend, maybe they stay bent. We're just really opening up the diaphragm. You could even just lift the arms up to the sky, lift the shoulders up like your superhero cape. Let's take one more moment. Okay. And release the hands back down and take the props out from behind the head. If you're using a chair, just push it forward. If you're using blocks, walk them forward. So we're going to stay here, but in almost like an extended, arms extended. You know, your ears are in line with your arms as best as you can. Yeah. And just breathe. Like you're lying in bed. Nice breath. Okay, one more full breath in. And breathe out. Okay, and start to bend your knees. We'll take the hands to the wall. Press the hips away from the wall. Take the hands to your blocks or to your chair. And we're going to take a half forward fold. So I'm just going to straighten the legs, lift the head, lift the heart, lift the chin, and suck it in. And then press your hips back as if they want to touch the wall, but the wall's not there. Okay, and then I'm going to extend the crown of the head forward. The belly comes in. One more breath. Good. Okay, we're going to come all the way up. So bend your knees, hands to your hips. Come all the way up to standing. Just pause here for a moment. Just breathe. Good. Okay, one more breath. We're going to take forward fold again, hands interlaced behind the back. So I'll do opposite interlace. You can always use a strap. Take the shoulders back. Well, oh my God. Take the hips push back, lift your heart, and then as you exhale, maybe you bend your knees. Bring yourself into your forward fold. The arms over your head, if that works, however it is. Arms straight or not, knees bent. It's all fine. Let the jaw go. Feel your feet. Be very much in your feet. Almost by pressing them down or anchoring them. We're going to lengthen something. Take one more breath. And then release your hands out. Maybe your blocks are still there or not to the floor. I'm going to come back up to the halfway. And breathe here for 2 breaths. Okay. So you can keep using your chair or your blocks. I'm just going to walk the blocks forward, take the right foot forward. Left foot's going to pop back, coming into this straight legged pyramid pose. And we're just going to rock the hips a little bit. You're just going to rock your hips just to open. Good. And then bring your hips to whatever you think is center. We're going to bend into the right knee, just enough to open the back. The left leg, it might just be a micro bend. And then straighten the right leg, bend the left leg. And we're just going to shift back and forth. So the feet stay, maybe the heel lifts, it's all fine. You're just very consciously moving. Good. Okay. And then bring it into the straight leg-ish. If you need more space, walk your right foot out to the right or your left foot out to the left. You're going to inhale in this half forward fold. And then I'm going to fold down. So the blocks might move forward, they might move back. just, very beginning of practice. Just breathe here, pull the right hip back. Drop your jaw, one more breath. Good. And then lift your head and chest up. We're going to change the feet. Good. You find whatever you need to do here, and then just rock your hips. So the knees can bend, the head can move. You're just opening up your hip joints. Good. Okay, and then bring it to whatever you feel like your hips are balanced. Your heart is balanced. And we're going to put a little bend in the left leg until you feel an opening in the right. And for me, I feel, it's very different. Two sides. Okay, and then we'll straighten the left leg, then the right leg. And just switching a few times here. It's not a complicated thing. There's a lot happening here. Can you smile? Okay, and then bring it to the center. If you need to walk your left foot out, right foot out, make some space. Halfway forward fold, so you're nice and even here. And then drop in to whatever that is for you. Put your props where you need them to be. Breathe here. Good. And anchor the hands. Lift your head and your chest. I'm just going to step the left foot back and bring the right foot to meet it. Then I'm going to heel toe them as wide as my yoga mat. Okay, inhale and exhale, fold. And this time I'm going to put my hands on the floor and drop in. You need to bend your knees, say it every time. You create the space you need. Notice where your weight is on your feet. Are you holding tension in your glutes? Can you feel your tush almost being breathed? Take one more breath. Okay, I'm going to come down for squat. Now I do have my blocks here. If you need a block, you just can sit on it, put it underneath, and you can also hold on to a chair. If you have the chair, you can actually hold on to it if you like. So I'm going to do it with the blocks, the chair, whatever you like. Be here. If you can bring the hands together and breathe in the squat. If you can lift your inner arches. Great. Okay. I'm going to twist in the squat. If you need to sit down cross-legged, that's where you're going to go. Otherwise, I'm going to take the right hand, I'm going to bring it down and out, and then lift the left arm up. I'm going to take 3 breaths here. I've done this one for a long time. And then we'll switch. Beautiful, yes. And then same thing. Breathe. Okay, you take the hands to the floor, now lift the hips up, maybe no hands, and you just come back up and drop down into forward fold. Okay, all right, from here, I'm just going to move my blocks out of the way, but you keep using them. I'm going to walk both hands over to the right as far as they're going to go. Then I'll bend the left knee and just sway the hips over to the left. Soften your heart, your jaw. Good. And then walk your hands through center and over to the left. Little bend in your right knee. Shift your hips to the right. Breathe here. And then walk yourself back to your center. Maybe you need to heel toe your feet together, bend your knees, coming up. That's why I said that. So just bring yourself all the way up. Then just pause. Feel your breath. Okay. Wide-legged forward fold. So turn to the long side of your mat. Heel toe your feet. Let's reach up. Inhale. And then exhale. And lower down. And hands to the floor, to your blocks. And then we'll just do the same kind of thing we've been doing. Just bend one knee, Shift your hips over, just a little bit of the skater. Good. And then coming into center, inhale, lift your chin and your heart. Exhale and fold. Just come into whatever this is. You can use your blocks, you can use your chair. Let the head go, jaw go. Good. Okay. And then hands to the floor. Oh, my legs are sliding. Okay. You can come all the way up. I just lost my feet. Actually, just bring yourself to sit. Can you do it from there? Let's see. Yeah. Okay. That's it. I have this thing on my mat and I should take it off for standing poses. Okay. Good. All right. So here we're going to come to the wall. I'm going to take the blocks, place them one on either side. I'm going to bring in the bolster for your head. And we're going to grab a strap. And then we'll set up straps up there. So that we're lying down. You can put a blanket under your hips. It's a long, wide, so I'm gonna go a little closer. But just like this. So the legs are a little bit lifted. If you need to bend your knees, that's fine. We'll open the arms out to the side. Put your bolster under your head. And then if you were using a heating pad, you can always throw that in. Yes, please. And we'll take a few moments, like straight or bent. Nice big breath in. Okay, and we'll bend the knees if your legs are straight, feet at the wall. Let's cross the right ankle over the left knee. Just hang out here for a moment. So you're welcome to stay like this. If you're like, I don't feel much, then grab the behind the left thigh and bring it in for pigeon on your back. Okay, so we've been playing a lot with the head position. So even here with the head on the bolster, I'm just gonna press into the bolster with the back of the head, not taking any tension in the jaw. And soften your back to the floor. And then release that, both feet to the wall, straight or bent, arms out to the side. And we'll do the second side. So bend the knees, take the left ankle over the right knee, hang out here for a moment. And then you can stay here or bring that right thigh in. Opposite, interlace the fingers. And I'm just going to press the back of the head to the bolster for a moment or two, and shoulders drop, mid back drop. And then release, both feet to the wall, legs bent or straight. All right, grab hold of your strap. Okay, well, mine isn't a big loop, so I'm just going to keep it there and put, this is what happens when it's in a big loop, you kind of get this. So I'm holding on to the end of the strap, but however works. And we're just going to start with a shoe shine on the right foot. So you can bend your right knee and wake it up. Okay. There. Stretch the leg up. And you're going to feel here, as soon as you take this leg, your hips come a little bit off balance. So maybe the leg has to drop a little bit more towards the wall until you feel things coming to balance. Can you balance your foot? Even just gazing at your foot with soft eyes. Soften yourself to the floor. Okay, so without, maybe the right thumb comes into the right hip crease, because I really want to keep this right hip crease, tucked in as I bring this leg forward. So the leg's not coming forward at the expense of the hip. I'm just gonna see, maybe there's space to pull the leg forward without hiking that hip up. You hug that outer right hip to the inner left thigh. Sometimes that good grounding. And we have this bolster under the head, so let the chin release, jaw release, mid back release to the floor. What happens if you anchor the left heel into the wall? Yes. One more breath. Okay. So I'm going to bring this right leg up so that it's like in line with the hip, perpendicular up. That might be away from the hip for you. So I'm going to lift the head and chest up. So I draw the belly down, lift the head and the chest, and just be here, gently drawing this leg, but not too much, just here. You can look up at your foot. Feel like the back of your neck is what's lifting you. Shoulders can drop. Nice. Lower your head back down. Release the strap off your foot. Take both feet to the wall and then open the arms out to the side. If you want to bend your knees, do that. And breathe. And extend both legs, heels at the wall. Take the strap over your left foot, and we'll start again with a little shoe shine, a little sole shine. Just gently waking it up. Good. Okay. And come back to this, extending without taking any extra tension in your pelvic floor. So, if you notice you're gripping anywhere in the pelvic floor, and you let that go, and just be in this movement of leg. So maybe left thumb into left hip if that is helpful. You just remind it. You don't need it here. I mean, you need it. You just don't need it to take on any extra stress. It's just about really opening the leg. Maybe your eyes are looking at your left foot. Soften your mid back to the floor, head to the bolster. Reminding yourself, oh yeah, I want to soften my left hip. Maybe we have outer left hip to inner right thigh. Okay, I'm going to lift the head and chest again. I'm going to find the placement of the leg so the hip's not taking any extra tension. And then as you exhale, lift your head, lift your shoulders, look at your foot, soft eyes. Yes, feel like the back of the neck is lifting you. Good. And then release your head, release your foot, set the strap down, and just rest. Okay, and take the feet to the floor. And take this bolster out from behind the head. I'm gonna grab one of our blocks and put that behind the head. Okay, so you have that there. And then just start to anchor. So I'm just, you're lying down, knees bent, feet can be a little wider apart. Maybe the knees want to come together, whatever you need to do here. Arms are out to the side. Let the jaw go. And then start to press the back of the head into this block. Feel what happens, the shoulders, the heart, the jaw. And then with that press of the head, it's going to turn the head side to side very gently, like it's not going all the way over, but it's like I'm pushing in and really going to massage the back of the head. Notice if your fingers start to curl or your tummy starts to clench. And let all of that go. And you push a little harder with your head into the block, a little harder. Jaw soft. Okay, and then bring your head to whatever you feel neutral is. Push into the block. One more breath, push into the block. And then release, take the block out, lie flat here and just. Okay, so we're still close to the wall. I'm gonna bring my feet to the wall. Hopefully it's like you're sitting in a chair here. Yes, okay. So I'm gonna lift and lower the hips. You're gonna decide how high you go. You're gonna start to lift your tailbone, maybe just a little bit, or you might come up a lot. And then we'll just lower. So we're just gonna very consciously, whatever allows, whatever you're allowed here, whatever your body says is good right now, start to feel this peeling and lowering. Okay, I'm gonna do two more. And feel the feet connected. And rolling onto, maybe you get to your upper chest. Said two more, but now I want to do one more. So I did already two. Now, so it's actually two more. Good. Okay, and then once you lower down, just stretch your legs. If that is comfortable for you, heels to the wall. You can pull the bolster back in if you need that for your head. And one more breath. All right. Bring your knees into your chest, hug them in, and rock a little bit side to side, in and out. Massage the back. Now we really have opened the legs at the beginning of our practice. So you stretch the legs. Maybe they're going to go overhead. Your tailbone can lift. Your hands can hold anywhere that makes sense for you. I'm just going to invite these, like here's forward fold on your back. Okay, and find the softness. How can you stay in this? We bring more weight into the mid back and soften to the floor. And you find your breath even in the compactness of this pose. I'm going to add a little bit of foot flexion just to open up the backs of the calves. One more breath. Okay, and then release. Feet can come to the floor or to the wall. I'm going to take basic resting pose, feet wide, knees together, wherever works for you just to be. Okay, so while we have nothing under the back, I'm just going to come right back to those sitting in a chair, feet at the wall. Let's do a little windshield wiper. So heel toe your feet until they go a little wider, and then we'll just play with windshield wiper here at the wall. You can open your arms up to the side. Okay. And then bring it to center, heel toe your feet, hip distance apart. And then pause in this hip distance apart so you can really feel, okay, my feet feel equally planted. My hips feel equally weighted. Some of us are just a little off bat, like myself, I know I'm a little twisty turvy. So maybe you need to play with that, finding balance. Okay, I'm gonna keep the left foot at the wall, bring the right knee into your chest. Maybe you hug it in and out a few times and you use the left foot at the wall. Push in to lift your hips. So it's almost like I want to say like a cat-cow-ish action. Okay, and then hold that right knee, but just settle your back into the floor. We're gonna straighten this right leg. I'm not even gonna hold it. I'm just gonna take my arms back down by the sides. And we're gonna push into the left foot, lift the hips. I'm gonna bring this right leg over. If this works, you just kind of find what works for you. Here and breathe in wherever place. It's Cirque du Soleil dancer. And then when you lower down, it's a slow lower. We can feel everything. And then I'll set the right foot at the wall. We do nothing but just feel and breathe. I love this. Even this pose we do here, we're lying on the floor. We get this feedback from the floor. We get the feedback from the wall. It's good stuff. So we keep the right foot at the wall. Bring the left knee in. Opposite interlace your fingers and just rock this in and out. Maybe you use the right foot. Let the tail lift and lower. And then we'll prepare for the lift. Whatever you do, the left leg lifts. The arms might come down by your sides and anchor the right leg. Lift yourself up and open. In whatever capacity you are, just give glory. Give breath, give joy. One more moment. And then we'll lower very slowly. Very slowly. So you're using all that good feedback. And then we'll come down and you rest with your legs up the wall or feet on the floor, whatever feels good for you right here. Okay, I'm going to bring both knees into the chest. Rock a little bit side to side. Okay. All right, and then really hug these knees in a way that feels good. Could be in and out. You could still be moving. If it works to take the legs straight over your head, almost like this standing forward fold-ish. Breathe here. Okay, so wherever you are here, I have these legs pretty close. I'm going to lift my head up. But I'm lifting like as if from the back of the head, getting nice and strong. Breathe. And notice if you're clenching your glutes, and maybe you need to keep that, or you can let that soften. And then very slowly come out. So maybe the head comes down first, and the knees bend. We'll set the feet on the floor. And then we're going to windshield wiper side to side with the feet on the floor. Okay. Oh, so nice. We're going to rock over to one side. We're going to bring ourselves up to sitting. You're going to find your place here and take your time. Okay, so we're going to move into some forward folds. You could use the chair. You could use blocks. I'm going to sit on a blanket. I say let's do some forward folds, but now I'm feeling first we're going to start with a twist. So I'm going to take the legs forward, take the arms down. You could have a block on either side if that is helpful. Sometimes that's nice, you can lift yourself up. And just take a look at your feet, feel your sit bones, lift your heart. And then we'll bend the right knee. Take some space between the right and the left foot, or right and left. And then just find this. And then I'm going to take the left hand behind. I love a little lean back. Move everything over. Right elbow pops out. And we're just going to turn. Be here. Put your mind in your feet. Good. Inhale. And as you exhale, we're going to switch. We're going to go right to the other side. We're going to lift this left arm up, get long, and then catch hold of this right knee. Turn. Maybe you want to wrap around the knee. That's all fine. Good. One more breath. Beautiful. And then bring yourself in, and we'll drop into tree pose-ish here, Janu Shirshasana. So the right foot comes against the left leg, and then if you need a prop underneath your right knee, you're gonna put it there. Okay, now you might use the blocks and maybe another blanket. You just kind of do that. And I just like that because it gives the block something to sit on. So if you know that you're not going to get anywhere near there, don't even worry about it. Okay, hands come behind your back. Lift yourself up and then just walk yourself over this left leg and go slow. You know, we've done so much opening for this, the backs of the legs here, but it doesn't matter. Once we get into this, it's like, ooh. So close your eyes, find your breath. And if you can find a way to support your head without being in a place where you can't smile, and find that. And like I said, you could always use the chair, just would go right over that left leg. Okay, so we're just going to hang out here for another, few moments. Yeah, open to the fact the props might change. And you know this, you've done this pose so many times. You put your arms wherever you want them to be. And you breathe like you're just doing nothing. And can you melt your heart space? You soften your right hip. Are you in that place where you can relax? So if you've gone too far, back out. A nice big breath in and sigh it out. You use your hands, you walk them back and then inhale. And lift up. Okay. Pause here. Let everything come back. You feel very nice and relaxed. Okay. Just going to take this blanket off for a moment. Okay. From here, I'm going to take the right hand to the floor. The left hand's going to find the right foot. I'm going to straighten it, and then it's going to cross over. Take the right hand. Maybe you can, just reach behind you. Yeah, you could put the hand on the outer foot. Lift yourself up nice and tall. Imagine you're at the wall. So the left foot is anchored. Good. We're going to switch. So I'm going to take the right hand on the inside of the foot. Take the left arm out. Open out to the side. Lift your heart. You could have the knees bent. Okay, one more time each side. You can put the left hand on the outer edge, open. Press through your feet. Yeah. Pull that outer edge of your right foot. Yeah, there you go. Probably more painful. And then switch again. Last time. So you open, you're just finding your own little dance here. Okay. We're going to stay with this side. Now I'm just going to cross this. I'm going to put it on top here. I know this is not accessible for everyone, but you have all these lovely props. You can throw them in. Find what you're doing, whatever you need to do here. We're going to forward fold again, and here's where things get, sometimes interesting. So, as you're ready, probably not. Maybe you're going to get the forehead, but maybe not. Just breathe. Here, the forehead, the chin tucks and the forehead can rest on that right knee if that's there for you. Softening, opening. And then bring yourself up, and we're just going to come back to sitting. So I'm going to sit with the legs out. You could, go to cross-legged if that's better for you. And okay, so second side, left foot bends, left knee bends, create some space. We're going to take twists. So the right hand comes behind, lean back, turn yourself to the right, left elbow to the inside of the left knee. Open yourself here. Be very conscious of what your feet are doing. Yes. And you lift your heart. Good. Inhale. And exhale and release. You go right to the second side. So take the left hand back, reach the right arm up. And a little bit of a lean back maybe as you turn to the left. Catch hold of that left knee or left thigh and turn yourself. And release. And then just like, meditative, you know where you're going. Tree pose here, prop up under the knee if you need it. Maybe, I'm going to support the head. So I'm going to bring in the props. And then exhale and walk yourself out. Feeling everything you're feeling. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for sensation, not perfection. If you come nowhere near over this right leg, you say to yourself, oh, I'm exactly where I need to be today. I'm just going to hang out here. And take your time. Find your softness and the stretches. Feel your breath. And as things open, cross my chest. It's receiving whatever it is today. You don't need to worry too much about anything. The fact that you're doing this, whatever shape you're in, work. Supporting the forehead, let the eyes soften, the jaw soften. Nice big breath in and let it be a sigh. Very lovingly, slowly, softly. Come out. I'm just going to move the box out of the way. And take the right hand to the floor. Left hand's going to grab hold of this. I know we went the opposite way last time. I'm just going to start this way. Take the right arm out. Find your balance on your sit bone as best as you can. Much to think about. Good. And then switch. Yes, just opening and good. And we'll switch again. And then last switch. Okay, and then from here, I'm going to fold that. I'm going to cross it over. Use your props if you need to. Make it whatever you need. Okay. And then we'll release it to forward fold here. We're just looking for more. So probably don't need to go that far. And once you feel it, you receive it, you breathe it, you embody it. That's your hip, that's your thigh, that's your life experience. Forehead to knee is the full pose. And that's where things get a little more crunchy. Or more interesting, let me say that word instead. Take one nice big breath in. Sigh it out. And we come out of this when you stretch both legs forward and take forward fold. And we've done forward fold in almost every plane. I'm going to pop this block in between my calves here for the head, if that works for you, or build your house and then bring yourself into forward fold. And play with your props. You don't have to be in your deepest. Just a place where you can breathe and be. Do you receive this pose the last time of this practice? We're shifting into Shavasana. So I'm going to be here for another few moments. Just sharing with you, this might not work for your body, but as things start to, accept this shape, I'm just finding that length in my spine. How can I feel like, everything is getting longer? Even though I said in class the other day, I read this article about how it's impossible to lengthen your spine, but I'm going to reframe it to a realign, and in that we get more length. Well, whatever you're doing here is beautiful work. Soften your heart space, your jaw. And then again, as we use the hands, gently lift yourself up. Okay, so you're shifted to Shavasana. You are close to the wall. You could use that. I'm going to take a Shavasana too, because we've done all this back work. I just want to be able to let my body absorb all of that good stuff. So I'm going to use the bolster, put a blanket on the end for the head. Comme ça, and then we'll lie down. Let's see if I'm going to hit the wall here. Okay, I'll have this other blanket here, so I'm just going to create like a little bookshelf, just like that. If this doesn't work for you, you could always take any shape that is going to feel good. I'm always amazed at how quick an hour goes when you're having fun, right? Okay, now as you come down, if you're like, oh my God, I need some windshield wipering or some hip walking, or maybe a hug of a knee in and another knee, just be open to what your body says it needs. If you're warm and cozy, if you need a blanket, a heating pad, socks. And everything we did today was really with the intention of opening the breath. As you start to slip into your Shavasana, just be with this freedom of your breath. And then allow that to invite you to just rest into your stillness, your body, your floor, your props. Sensing everything supporting you above and below. And then your great act of self-love, self-awareness, self-presence filling you on the inside. It's a great reminder that you are more than you see. You are expansive. letting yourself be so heavy right now. The eyes dropping to the back of the skull, the back of the skull, dropping to the support, jaw soft, ears soft. Rest. Just releasing any place that's still holding tension. Dropping in more deeply. You're choosing to, or have the time and the space to stay in Shavasana for longer, feel free to do that. If you're ready, just start to lengthen the breath. Feel the breath move into the upper chest, right by the clavicles. And feel your breath also move into your low belly. Maybe at the same time, open these places and release into your sacred center. Feel free to start to move here. Feel so called. Ankles and wrists and toes and fingers. Continuing on. And eventually, we'll all meet in seated or not. Fine and lovely and such a gift. Just take some time for yourself so that you can make that one good. Come to seated. If you're coming to seated, just pausing in the resonance of your practice and the seat of the yogi. One who has paid attention. Joining your hands together at your heart. You inhale to lengthen and exhale to bow your chin, just to honoring all that you are. And friends, let's collectively just send out a huge love bubble to our friends who aren't here today and anyone else in your life who needs a good shot of love, big jolt of love, right from your heart. As you inhale, lengthen with your chin. Exhale this breath completely, and we'll seal this practice with one Om. Inhale. Breathe into your hands. Hit your breath. Put there what you need. And then offer this deeply to yourself. You are offering yourself what you need, and we'll send it out. Yes. Oh, so much love, expansive love. We'll bring it on back. I see you. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe.
Yes. Thank you, Liz, and Lindsay, and Sharon, and Eden. Thank you, guys. Have a great rest of this beautiful Tuesday. And see you on Thursday. From Pete.